Today, we're going to go over how to mix vocals. So let's get straight to it. Today, we are going to mix some vocals. I already have some vocals in a session, so we're going to start with those. And that's this session right here. So I'll play it. And usually when I'm going to start mixing vocals, what I'll do is I will loop a section of the vocals, like this section right here.
Drunk up at the bar, girl. God, girl. We made it to the bar, girl.
Let's turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, you acting like you drunk so. I'ma hit it like I'm drunk too. We gon' do things, yeah, like you wanted to.
All right, so you can hear me?
Drunk up at the bar, girl.
A little better.
God, girl. We made it to the.
Now, what I'll usually do is there are three things usually that you need to edit when mixing vocals. And for different types of vocals, there's different things. This is, I guess, rap, singy type of vocal. So, but in general, just you need to do the EQ, add a little bit of reverb and a little bit of delay. And that's the basics. And if there's any singing involved, then you probably want to tune it or put auto tune or Melodyne. So right now, this tutorial is just on mixing, basic vocals, and I'll try to use plugins that come with Pro Tools, and everybody should have them. So first, let's start with the EQ. So let's hear it one more time.
Drunk up at the bar, girl.
And the vocals are not vocals, but the music is muffled on purpose. That's what this artist wanted. He wanted a filter on the music, so that's why it sounds like that. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna loop. Take the group off. I'm just gonna loop this part.
Drunk up at the bar, girl. 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 Drunk.
You see this section right here?
Drunk up at the bar, girl.
That's a little distorted.
Drunk up at the bar, girl.
Or is this louder than the rest of it? So probably what I want to do first, if it's distorted, I'll make them come record it again, or if they can't, I'll put some sort of effect on it. But I want to make it the same level as the rest of them, just so it won't bother me. So you highlight it and do Command E to make it its own section, and then you can just turn it down with the little volume button right here. Just make it match the other waveforms. So
drunk up at the bar, girl.
So it just doesn't stick out as much. So, and then once you do that, you can leave it like that, or you can make it into one section. So to get rid of that little to put it all back together if you want. And if you want to do that, you just highlight it, go to edit, go to consolidate clip, and it's all back one section. All right, so let's play it.
Drunk up at the bar, girl.
All right, so the first thing I usually do, if someone is singing or they have a melody, or if they want auto tune on it, I'll put auto tune on it before I'll do the EQ. In this particular song, I think there will be auto tune. So the key, usually you put the auto tune in the key of the song. The key of the song is actually C major. Now, like, I can start with C major. Let's see what this is. It's F sharp major. But I happen to know that he sung this in F sharp major, because what I did was I put it into Melodyne and determined the key. Actually, no, I didn't. I actually have a plugin called, what is this plugin? It is called Mixed in Key Studio Edition. So I can just play
Joint
this.
chunk up at the bar, girl. Joint 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 chunk up at the bar,
So
girl. Joint chunk.
mixing key is telling me is G flat minor. Um, and if you go to auto tune, G flat minor is also F sharp. So G flat and F sharp are the same key. But he actually, I believe this part of the song is F sharp major. But let me see. So I'll go to pitch shift, auto tune, and I will like this is guy, so I'll put an auto tenor. Um, and I said it was G flat minor or F sharp, same thing. So F sharp and do minor. And let's play it.
Joint chunk up at the bar, girl. Joint chunk up at the bar, girl. Joint chunk up at the bar, girl.
Now, if I want to make it sound more auto tuney, you just raise this up.
Joint chunk up at the bar, girl. Joint.
I don't want to do that, so I'll leave it at 20 where it was. That's just to kind of keep it so that it's not going to go out of key much.
Joint chunk up at the bar, girl.
So that's minor, but let me put it on major just to see. I'll do a whole nother tutorial on auto tune and tell you the ins and outs of that. So anyway, that's there. And let's go to EQ. So I'm going to show you two different EQs. The first one is the Q10, which I don't think it doesn't come with Pro Tools, but it's the one I use the most. And it's pretty easy to use. I don't think it comes in the Waves package. I've never really used the stock EQ, but all of the idea is the same. With an EQ, over here, this is the highs, and over here, this is the lows, and in the middle is the mid range. So,
joint chunk up at the bar, girl. Joint chunk up at the bar, girl. Joint chunk up at the.
So in general, usually you want to take a person's bass out of their voice. Not all of it, but some of it. And the way you do that pretty easily on this EQ is you select this little symbol right here, which is just basically the shape of what you want the graph to do. And then you just turn it on, and it'll drag the bass out.
Joint chunk up at the bar, girl. 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 Joint chunk up at the bar, girl.
So you want to roll that out. So you just want to make sure it's not any low tones down there. And I'll do a graphic EQ next to show you what it's actually doing, like the waves. And you want to roll that off, and then you want to add a little highs to it.
Joint chunk up at the bar, girl.
So what I usually do is I go to 9 and I play with it around here and see what sounds good.
Joint chunk up at the bar, girl. 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 Joint chunk up at the bar, girl.
All right. And each voice is different. But right now, let's play it with the music.
Joint chunk up at the bar, girl.
Let's turn it down a little.
Jump up at the bar, girl. 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 Jump up at the bar, girl.
That bar still's bothering me, so I'm a make it go down a little more. It might be distorted.
Jump up at the bar, girl.
Let's just leave it like that. Let's get rid of that EQ and go to a graphic EQ so you can kind of see. This also doesn't come with Pro Tools, something you have to buy. Also at Waves, I believe. But when I play it now,
Jump up at the bar, girl.
you can see, you can actually see
Jump
where
up at the bar, girl. Jump up at the bar, girl.
like the representation of his voice.
Jump up at the bar, girl.
So you can see it's not really too much over here anyway.
Jump up at the bar,
So
girl.
you might want to just start.
Jump up at the bar, girl. 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 Jump up at the bar, girl.
But you can basically see it's basically the same thing.
Jump up at the bar.
And with this one, like you see the lines aren't moving that much when I pull it down. If I want to change that, I can change that into 12 or 18. And when I do it to 12 or 18, it's like the lines move a lot.
Jump up at the bar, girl. 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 Jump up.
But no matter what EQ you use, which let me go to a different one. I think one that actually comes with Pro Tools. Does this one come with it? That one does come with it, but I wouldn't use that one. I would go to Dynamics and I would use Channel Strip. That comes with Pro Tools. And with that, you can kill two birds with one stone. You can compress it and EQ it at the same time. This is the EQ, and this is the compressor. But what I do with this, I'll just use a preset. So
Jump up at the bar, girl. Jump up at the
to find the
bar, girl.
presets, go to Factory Default right here,
bar, girl.
click that,
Jump up at the bar, girl.
and then you can see the list of presets there. So I would just use male vocal.
Jump up at the bar, girl. 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 Jump up.
It's fine. Really, let me solo it. It's fine. I might want to.
Jump up at the bar, girl.
I might want to move it around a little bit, but really, it's okay.
Jump up at the bar, girl. Jump up at the bar, girl. Jump up at the bar, girl.
And so then, whatever you use for EQ is fine. But just that's the general principle of it. Then you want to put some delay or reverb or delay. For reverb, I usually just use air reverb or deverb. No, what is this? Deverb? No, that's not the one I use usually. I think air reverb. It's pretty simple. This comes with Pro Tools, I know. So the reason why it sounds like that is because the mix is high. So if I turn it down,
jump up at the bar, girl. Jump up at the bar, girl.
It's it sounds better. And the key to this is you don't use that much, unless you want to. Like if you want your vocals to sound like the Weeknd or just something where it's a lot of delay, you can do it. But you don't want it at 100. I mean, unless that's what you want. But usually people don't. And usually what I do is I also use a preset. And I usually just go up to basic small.
Jump up at the bar, girl.
it's not that much.
Drunk up at the bar, girl.
And then the delay. Um, I usually, well, I use different things, but let's just use something that comes with Pro Tools. I think this does. Oh no, I don't think that does. I think that's different. Let's find one that comes with Pro Tools. But it's pretty much the same general principle as reverb. It's like less is more.
Drunk up at the bar, girl.
So I usually go to uh, presets and I might do a simple um, whatever 16th delay, whatever. You could pick anything.
Drunk up at the bar, girl.
But you're gonna turn it down. Let's just say whatever.
Drunk up at the bar, girl. Drunk up
So
at
you're
the
gonna turn the
bar,
mix
girl.
down.
Drunk up at the bar, girl. Drunk up at the bar, girl. Drunk up at the bar.
And so because you have the tempo inserted here, which this is actually the tempo of this beat. So it is 120, but that's also the default. If this beat was 125, I would have 125 right here. But what that enables your plugins to do, especially delay, is to delay on beat.
Drunk up at the bar.
So it'll be on beat, the same beat as your music. So that's what you want. You don't
Drunk
want,
up at the bar, girl. Drunk up at the bar, girl. Drunk up at the
but I
bar,
usually turn
girl.
it
Drunk up
down.
at the bar, girl. Drunk up at the bar.
All right, so usually that's for a lead vocal. That's usually all I would
Drunk
have.
up at the bar, girl. God, girl. We made it to the bar, girl. Yeah, the bar, girl. Yeah, you acting like you drunk, so. Drunk, so. I'ma hit it like I'm drunk, too.
So unless like the artist wants more, maybe he wants more reverb, turn it up.
Drunk up at the bar, girl. God, girl. We made it to the bar, girl. Yeah, the bar, girl.
So that's pretty much the basics of what you want to do to mix a vocal. Now I'm gonna point out some other things in this video. So this says
Drunk up at the bar. Drunk up at the bar, girl. God, girl.
so that says bar girl, and this is a mistake. It says gar girl. So it's supposed to say
Bar, girl. God,
bar
girl.
bar girl right there. So, but he says it's right
Bar,
here,
girl. God, girl.
and it's pretty much the same thing. So what I can do is I can copy this and paste it over this so that it'll be right. And so that's one good thing about having it on grid. So put it on grid, and right now it's on one bar. Like I can't click in between the bars. I can only click one bar at a time. So to change that, you go up here to where it says grid. And I don't know, go 1/16. So now you see the lines, right? If you don't see the lines, it's because grid right here is not pressed. So press it so that you can see grid. Now, so bar girl right there, right? All I do is Command E and copy, and then find this key. I mean, not key, but find that mark. That mark is the same as that, so I know that it's going to go right here. And highlight this and press Command V, and that's for paste. So now you got.
Bar, girl. Bar, girl.
So you got rid of that mistake.
Bar, girl. Bar, girl. We made it to the bar, girl.
So
Drunk up at the bar, girl. Bar, girl. We made it to the bar, girl. Yeah, the bar, girl.
another thing I usually do is you want to remove the dead space. So you want to like that's nothing. You can make it big so you can see where there's like. And when you're doing this, you want to put it back on slip so that you can click anywhere. You want to get rid of all the dead space. And it's up to you. Like, what is it?
The bar girl.
That's a word. So you know, you just get rid of all the space where there's nothing being recorded, because that's just gonna be headphone bleed.
At the bar girl. Bar girl.
So let me.
At the bar girl. We met.
So like for instance, it's up to you whether like this is a make it bigger. This is a breath.
We made it to.
So you can like you can leave it or you can take it out.
We made it.
I would probably take that one out.
Bar girl. We made it to the bar girl. Yeah, the bar girl. Yeah, you acting like you.
You can or you don't have to. It doesn't matter. But you want to go through all the vocals and take out and erase all the dead space. And you just highlight it and delete it. Yeah, that's pretty much how you do a vocal or you mix vocals. That's the basics. And I'll show you how to fly a chorus and verses on another tutorial. I'll also get into auto tune and I'll also get into tuning vocals when for singers on another video. You do this for each track, each vocal you have. Well, before we close out, let me show you another thing too. Usually, you'll have background vocals too. So these are lead and whatever regular tracks, doubles, but you want to make sure background vocals a little bit differently. So background vocals are like, let's see what he has.
Girl. Shit. Bar girl. We made it to the bar girl. Yeah. Bar girl. Like your girlfriend. Acting like you drunk.
Like just what people say in the background. So you can when you mix those, usually you want it's the same as what I just did, except you want a little bit more echo, a little bit more delay. Really, it's your choice, but you can let's see. So for instance, this right here,
Like your girlfriend.
I would change the. This has a lot of stuff on it, but I would change it. I would change like the EQ. Let's see, Q10. I'd go like to load a preset. You go to load, and I don't know, radio or telephone. Like I said, let's do radio.
Like your girlfriend.
So you see how I changed it.
Like your girlfriend.
So what I would do is just Command E to separate it, and then just turn it down.
Yeah. Like your girlfriend. Acting like you drunk.
So you can make it to your taste,
Like your girlfriend. Acting like you drunk.
or lower or whatever.
Like your girlfriend. Acting like you drunk.
So basically, that's you just you want to make sure your background vocals a little differently than your lead, and just a different effect, or you want lower or whatever. It's just you want to make it in the background. You can do that with volume, but you can also do that with plugins. And another thing about volume, I will do a separate video on that.